Hello everybody and welcome back to Full House Sports here, myself Charlie. And before the video starts, please like, comment and subscribe. Anything you guys do is greatly appreciated as I try and become a one-man sports news bandwagon. UFC 324 is tomorrow night. It is time for Paddy the Baddy, Britain's next big MMA hope, to step up to the plate, taking on Justin Gaethje for the UFC Lightweight Title. It is a massive fight for Pimblett. I think, yeah, it's his time to prove. Is he worth the hype, or is he just another maybe Dana White hype job? Who knows? It's a great card, by the way, a stacked card. You've got Sean O'Malley taking on Song Yadong. You've also got Juan Cortez taking on Derek Lewis. Umar Nurmagomedov is taking on Deveshon Figueiredo, which is a great fight on the prelims. So it's a card that is stacked with good fighters and big names. I think everyone loves the Derek Lewis fight week because you never know what's going to come out of his mouth next. Everyone likes Paddy the Baddy fight week because, again, another one, you always think he's going to give you a good soundbite. Justin Gaethje, he's going to bring the war. You've also got Sean O'Malley, another one of superstars. It's a stacked card. It's a great way to start the year for the UFC. I think it's an interesting one tomorrow night because for Pimblett, and I think for a lot of people who follow the UFC, it does feel slightly hollow, I'm going to say. And that's not me being a hater on Paddy the Baddy. That's just me saying, I think as an objective UFC fan, I do think it does feel slightly hollow because I don't necessarily think this should be the fight for the title, really. I mean, I know it's literally just been announced that we're going to get Holloway versus Oliveira, which is fine, but I still think Oliveira and Holloway, they probably deserve this title shot more. You could argue Holloway with his win over Poirier, Oliveira returning to action and winning. They probably deserve this title fight, let alone for this BMF title that I'm not sure if it's ran its course or not, but that's a conversation for another day. I think as well you've got Arman lurking around, who apparently is the replacement. So we don't know. Is there a world in which he becomes challenging for the title? I don't know. That's another story for another day. Obviously, Ilya going because of his personal life is completely understandable. I think tomorrow night, there's two schools of thought here. I think one is Pimblett is on a fantastic momentum at the minute. He's on a fantastic run. You know, is Gaethje shop worn now? Is he? He's done the hard miles. Is that going to show tomorrow night the same way maybe it did when Pimblett took on Chandler and Pimblett took on Ferguson? The question is, and I think it's been a thing with Paddy the Baddy throughout his whole career, is he getting this guy at the right time? And I think he might be with Gaethje. I think he might be getting him at the right time. This might be a Gaethje slightly on the decline, slightly not as punch resistant anymore. I know that's not Pimblett's game necessarily, but slightly. I don't think slightly is right. I think he's been through a lot. I know he's had surgeries and different things, but I just think he's had some wars just in Gaethje. He really has. And you know, he comes out a fair few of his fights looking like he's been in a car crash. And Pimblett's not had that. And I think that's quite important to remember. I think Pimblett will win tomorrow. And that's not me being biased. That's just me saying I think he will win tomorrow. And then we could get some great fights in this lightweight division. The other side of the coin is he hype? Is he not been tested? He's not faced any of the guys I've mentioned. He's not faced the Bronx. He's not faced Holloway. He's not faced Arman. He's not faced even your Dan Hookers or your Benoit Saint-Denis or even your Fizievs. He's not faced any of those guys. So it's worth remembering that. He's not been through those gut checks necessarily. He's faced a Michael Chandler and a Tony Ferguson, who are good fighters, but again, guys who've been through a lot. So it's a real pick-em, I think, which is what the UFC always brings. On the other hand, I'll say Derek Lewis, Juan Cortez. I think that's to be a case of who lands first. I like Derek Lewis in that fight. I'm interested to see what happens with Sean O'Malley coming back. I'd expect him to beat Song Yadong. With the current bantamweight title picture with Petr Yan and Merab, what's going to happen there? Where does O'Malley go? Does he get the title shot? It'd be great to see him versus Yan again after everyone's formed an opinion on their first fight. You've also got then the Nurmagomedov fight with Figueiredo, who has missed weight. yeah, it's an issue that's as old as time with the UFC, that they're missing weight, and that's that. But you never know. Like I say, big fight tomorrow. Pimblett against Gaethje. Excited for what the winner gets. As a British MMA fan as well, I know Paddy the Baddy always says I'm Scouse, not English, but it would be good to have another champion who potentially could bring some big fights and big fighters over here. So let's hope he can do it. As always, guys, please let us know what you think. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, guys, have a great day.